right, well, welcome everyone to Around the County with Supervisor Jim Desmond. I'm Jim Desmond. I'm your county representative. I'm glad you're here today. I got two wonderful guests. I'm going to be speaking with Gumaro, Escarcega, and we're going to talk about the revitalization of Downtown Oceanside. If you haven't been to Oceanside recently, it's a whole new vibe there, a great vibe, a young vibe, lots of restaurants and shops that are new to Oceanside. So we're going to be talking with Gumaro soon, but we're also going to be talking with Donald Yasukochi, who's got a great farm here in Oceanside and part of North County. We're going to be talking to him about farming and also his basketball program that he has for the youth of Oceanside. Thanks for joining us in. Welcome to the show.
Once upon a time, in a land where trouble ruled, a little girl searched for hope, for life, for school. With just her school bag on her back, she ran towards the river, but she could hear them all around her. What pain would they deliver? Her heart pounded faster, and she knew she'd have to fight. So she grabbed a ruler from her bag, and she fought with all her might. With her spirit lifted, the first battle had been won. But she could hear the clouds building. The next was still to come. As war ran all around her, she knew she'd have to hide. So she took out a book and she quickly climbed inside. The words washed over her and under her, becoming a thick shield that the bullets couldn't penetrate. The ink just wouldn't yield. The path was now clear, and her resolve was even stronger. But her journey stretched ahead of her, seeming ever longer. To cross the dark waves of despair, she knew she'd have to fly. So she used what she could find and continued way up high. And as she flew, she looked ahead and could see her journey's end. A glowing room, a brilliant blue, a school she could attain. With her feet back on the soil, the path was open wide. She sprinted to the open door and quickly rushed inside. A chapter completed, her journey now won. But the story isn't over. In fact, it's just begun.
We're learning today about the Recycle Smart website, greenoceanside.org. It's the place to go to learn how to recycle right in Oceanside. Food scraps. Where does it go?
Food scraps and food soil paper
Can be recycled in your organics bin and turned into compost or renewable energy in Oceanside. The city's Green Oceanside campaign is committed to sustainability in partnership with Waste Management.
Okay, Donald, hey, thanks for being with us here today.
Hey, you're welcome.
And, for those who aren't familiar with you or Yasukochi Farms, could you tell us a little bit about the farm and what you do here in Oceanside?
Yasukochi Farms has been around in Oceanside since 1927. And we've been farmers, row crop. At one time, our family originated in Orange County, 1908. Oh. And we immigrated to San Marcos. But the climate here in the river valley was ideal to grow chilies. So we ended up growing chilies, and our family became known as the king of the chilies. So that was before the war. And then when the war started, our family was interned to post in Arizona.
Wow.
And, after the war, came back and restarted our farm again. So,
well, very nice. And most people, even myself, as a newcomer, when I came to North County, I didn't realize how much farming was in Oceanside, in the city of Oceanside itself. There's a lot of farming going on.
At one time, we were the vine ripe tomato capital of California, and our family. Which a lot of the other still farming families, the Ukigawas, the Kawanos, they still farm here and vegetable growers. So yeah.
So do you have any idea? Is it about a quarter of the land mass of the city of Oceanside is farming, or not that much?
No, not
Okay.
anymore. We've really had to diversify and change everything that we're doing because, number one, we don't have the land.
Yeah.
Number two, the labor is very, very scarce and expensive. We were pushed out of the vine ripe tomato business because we had to compete with Mexico. So and the labor.
So okay, you're the chili kings, but are you still growing chilies, or what's the main crops?
We grow a lot of crops. We grow strawberries, cucumbers. We're really known for our specialty tomatoes, Japanese tomatoes, heirloom tomatoes, and of course our strawberries.
Okay.
And we market them through the farmers markets, one right here in Oceanside, and then, throughout the county and through our CSA box program.
So tell us a little bit more about that CSA box program, because I know your family have been very philanthropic as far as giving back to the community. Could you tell us a little bit about this program?
Well, we started about 5 years ago. We started delivering to the schools. There was my wife who works for the Oceanside School District. Some of the teachers and the principals were asking about vegetables. Oh, you guys are farmers. How come you don't bring vegetables to our school, and how come you don't deliver them? So from my wife, she said,
I got to run a business here.
Yeah. So she said, hey, can you make a certain amount of boxes? So we started making these boxes, maybe 30 we delivered to a school. And then the Oceanside School District got involved. So we started delivering to and we had a program about 200 to 300 boxes a week. And it was good for us. We were happy with it. But then when the pandemic hit, people were scared to go out.
Yep.
And what happened was the farmers markets were closed, and we were planning on going to the farmers market on a Saturday and Sunday, and we had a cooler full of produce. And they called us and they said, hey, we're going to close. So we needed a place to sell our produce. So my daughter was like tinkering around with the internet, and she was like, oh, you just sell them on the internet. I'm like, what? So she put it out on the internet. She goes, what do you want to sell a box for? I said, $20. We'll deliver to their house.
Wow.
That opened up.
The gas prices weren't as high as they were now. Okay.
No, not $6 a gallon.
No.
But so we put it out there, and within like 5 hours, we were our phone was ringing off the hook. And all the phone calls were directed to my cell phone. So my cell phone was blowing up. It was like, there was actually like a phone call every like 20 seconds.
Wow.
And people were texting and calling and saying, oh yeah, we want a farm box. Can you deliver to our house? And
my wife and I were part of that. We got some of your boxes for a long period of time. Yeah.
That happened like on a Friday. We started delivering over the weekend. Before long, we didn't have enough produce. We were out.
Wow.
But through the internet, and the other farmers that were in the area had the same problem. They didn't have any place to go with their produce. So all of a sudden, we started getting these trucks, pickups, and everything showing up at our place. Hey, can you want to buy this? Do you want to buy it? Okay, well, what do you want us to pay for? Whatever. Just, yeah. So we started building these boxes.
Yeah.
And then the news came out. We had to set up some type of distribution system. So within a week, my daughter Brianne and my daughter Brittany, they got in contact with a website, and they put together a delivering schedule and a delivering program, and it launched.
Wow.
And it launched 1 hour before our TV spot was shown. So we went from 20 or 30 boxes a week to building over 1,000 a week.
Wow. And did you deliver throughout San Diego County?
Throughout San Diego
Orange County as well?
Or San Diego.
Just San Diego County?
Even today, it's too much for us to handle.
Yeah.
So we stay in San Diego.
So how many, are you still doing boxes now?
Oh, yeah.
So how many roughly per day or week or whatever?
Probably over 3,000 a week.
A week?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And we're lucky because, our family's in the business. like I said, the Ukigawas, the Koanos, the Nagatas,
Yeah.
all the farmers are all collaborating. And we have my brother's college roommate grows in Santa Maria. In Santa Maria, you're able to source cauliflower, lettuce, broccoli, stuff that we can't grow here during the summer. So they send their stuff down, and it's a good marriage.
Well, I remember when we got boxes from you, and it was always great fresh fruit, and there was a couple of things we weren't really sure what they were. So it was kind of nice to try a few different things that when you go to the grocery store, you kind of get the same old stuff. But when you got it delivered to you in a box and you'd see something unique, you say, "Wow, I would have never tried it if I hadn't got the box."
You know what that is, Jim?
What is that?
That's an excess of a farmer who grows too much of something that they can't sell.
Okay.
So they send us like, for example, anise. I mean, anise is a great vegetable.
Oh.
You could use it many different ways. But farmers hope that they could grow, and they always try to grow too much. So that's why you get some anise in your box once in a while.
Well,
yeah.
I'll leave that one alone.
Yeah.
As a politician.
Yeah.
So you also give back to the community with your basketball program. You have a basketball program that you started up and continue to thrive today, Oceanside Finest.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about this basketball program you started.
Our history is that, we started at the Boys and Girls Club of Oceanside. And I was on the board over there for 20 years.
Wow.
And there was always a need for a club program that was free of charge. So it's very unique where you can get professional training for no cost.
Wow.
So we through the county, of course, in the City of Oceanside now, we're able to provide that. And we did it over 20 years at the Boys and Girls Club, and now we're doing it on our own. We've been doing it for 3 years now. And, there's a lot of great athletes out there that just can't afford the training. With the at-risk kids that we deal with, if the family gets a flat tire or something throws a wrench in their daily lives, they can't afford it.
Yeah.
So we think that we have one of the best basketball programs, but we provide everything for free. And, we're collaborating with the county, of course, and the City of Oceanside, and, through private donors and everything, we're able to provide that. So,
well, that's very nice.
Yeah.
So how many, I know my office, we've worked with you and we're able to get you a grant this year, and hopefully we can continue that effort and for uniforms and balls or whatever it is that you need. But how many kids do you think you've reached out or you've taught through the years?
Over the years, I'm sure if you look at the local high schools, just alone, the majority of the players have gone through our program.
Oh, really?
Probably over 100 have gone on to play college. So I think it's more the structure that we have. No matter what, we're there Sunday night, Wednesday night, and we have team practices on Monday. So the kids know that they got a place to go, a safe place to go, where they're going to get trained with the best coaches, and with the best equipment, and for no charge.
Well,
so
this is amazing. From farming and basketball. It seems like a lot, but hey, I want to say thank you very much for being here today. It's always wonderful to talk to somebody who's works with their hands and also gives back to the community. These boxes were a godsend during COVID. So I really appreciate you being on here, Donald, and wish you the best of success with the basketball program.
Well, thank you.
And continuing, we need agriculture. Agriculture is huge in San Diego County.
Oh yeah,
and I'm glad you're a part of it.
Yeah, well, thank you so much.
All
Appreciate
right.
it. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome, Donald.
Yeah.
Well, with that, we'll be right back.
We're at El Camino High School, and today is a big day for our students. We're having a real entrepreneur come speak to them. Our very own David Stoddard from Brixton. Dave's a great success story, and our students get to learn from him. It's pretty amazing.
My name is David Stoddard. I'm the co-founder of Brixton, and I live in Oceanside. I was a labor worker, and one day I just felt like I knew I wasn't doing something I should be doing. I knew I wanted to do clothing, and I loved it, and I figured if I didn't make a change now, I would never do it. And I literally made a decision that day, and my life has been amazing since.
In the future, I would like to create my own business, and seeing it from his perspective, someone that's one of our own, is super cool to see.
You don't have to wake up every day and do a job that you hate, but for a dream to come true, you have to hustle. I would get off work and then I'd go to my office, which was my kitchen table, and I would work from 5 o'clock to 2 a.m. every morning just to make it happen. There's gonna be trials and it's gonna be hard and you're gonna have to take risks, but if you're doing what you love, all those challenges and all those risks just feel like part of the plan.
The legendary coach, teacher, and mentor Herbert C. Meyer passed away on Saturday, April 8th while vacationing in Spokane, Washington with his family. Loved ones and community members gathered on May 20th at Herb Meyer Stadium at El Camino High School to celebrate his life and many accomplishments. Herb's legendary coaching career extended more than 45 years and resulted in 338 wins and 10 CIF championships. He became the first coach in California history to win 300 games and the first to win at least 100 games at 2 different schools. Meyer was a 1953 graduate of Oceanside High School, where he was the quarterback on the football team and graduated from Pomona College in 1957. He returned to Oceanside High School from 1959 to 1975 as a teacher and football coach, where he led the Pirates to win more than 100 games and 2 CIF championships. In 1976, he moved to El Camino High School, where he became the first head football coach at the new school and guided the Wildcats to 226 wins and 8 CIF championships. Before his final game in 2003, the El Camino football stadium was renamed Herb Meyer Stadium in his honor. As a result, he was able to coach his final game in his stadium. Meyer's El Camino teams turned out dozens of college players as well as NFL players, such as Dokie Williams, Bryant Westbrook, Michael Booker, and countless others. Meyer's coaching and teaching career left a lasting impact on both Oceanside High School and El Camino High School, not only during his 4-decade spanning career, but continues to this day.
Well, welcome back to Around the County with myself, Supervisor Jim Desmond. I've got a new guest here right now. We got Gumaro Escarcega. He's the Chief Operation Officer of the MainStreet Oceanside. And again, Oceanside has become just a much more vibrant community, a lot more restaurants and things to do and places to go. And Gumaro, I'm going to give you all the credit for doing all of those great things. And can you tell us a little bit more about MainStreet Oceanside, what you've done and what you've become?
Absolutely, Jim. Thanks for having us. And thank
great.
You for supporting MainStreet Oceanside every year. So
you're welcome.
But MainStreet Oceanside is the Downtown Business Association. We have 84 square blocks, and it's, if you go to the Oceanside Pier, that's where our commercial district is located. We actually follow a Main Street program approach, which is a 4-point approach program, which has 4 standing committees: promotions, economic development, design committee, and organization committees. These committees are volunteer committees, and from business community, residential, consultants, anybody that has a stake in Downtown Oceanside, they make all the things happen through these committees. They have produced Art That Excites, which is a mural concept program that we have developed. We have Taste of Oceanside, which is a couple of weeks from today. And there's a lot of more things that we do to retain and recruit businesses in Downtown Oceanside. So it's a really happening place. We love to see the growth. We're only 23 years old, which is a fairly young organization, but we are a mighty organization. We oversee a $3.8 million budget, and we are a very staff-driven organization as well.
Well, and it's wonderful to see. And I actually, I bought a condo in Oceanside in 2020, I guess. So at the same time that you started up. And I used to be the mayor of San Marcos. And I would always say, why isn't that Oceanside using that, the area where the parking lots are, where the new hotels are now? Yeah. Use that for income and use that to generate revenue. And here you've done and become that. And all the new restaurants and eateries around town are just fabulous. And they're all within walking distance. Yeah. I also enjoy the street fair. Is that the street fair yours, or is that the cities of Oceanside?
No, that's ours. Actually, we have 2 street fairs. Well, one is the farmers markets, which is happening right now from 9 to 1 every Thursday. Okay. And after we finished our farmers market, we do a sunset market, which is a night entertainment food scene market. We have over 100 food vendors. We have a lot of makers at the market, a lot of local micro businesses that attend this event. There's over 200 businesses that attend this event, and we attract about 5,000 to 8,000 people depending on the season. And it's becoming more of a year-round event, which is attracting people from an 80-mile radius to 120-mile radius, which is a great thing for local businesses and the community because it's pumping money to the city and to the county. So it's a really good experience for people to enjoy.
It is. I mean, whenever we have people from out of town, we're planning dinners or things like that. Thursday nights, it's the your street fair, and it was a key lime cake. That's one of my I buy that first, and then I plan the rest of the meal around that.
That key lime cake is probably the best in the county.
Oh,
it's so good. And he's a local resident here in Oceanside.
Yeah.
And he's a great guy to talk to. And oh man, that key lime. I'm hungry now. So don't make me hungry right now, Jim.
No, but it's really phenomenal. And I think it's good for the city of Oceanside, especially for for businesses. And I know COVID, hit pretty hard and was hard on businesses. And what are a couple of things you did during COVID to keep the success of the ball rolling?
Yeah. So we actually partnered with the city to give out grants to a lot of small businesses. I believe we distributed over $350,000 in grants. We actually did fundraising. We did a Oceanside Pride, Oceanside Strong campaign. We raised almost $12,000. All that money was then given as grants to the businesses. We did a lot of promotional marketing programs. And then we started issuing stipends to businesses because of the success that we were having. So now we actually pay businesses to join our programming, our events. And that has really helped the businesses operate, especially with the labor being so high, cost of goods being so high. And so we're trying to be a helping hand also through fundraising through that. And so, the consumer, the local community has really supported MainStreet Oceanside and our local businesses and kept a lot of them still open today. And I think that's what really speaks volumes with Oceanside is the community gets behind these businesses that have been so successful here. So it's exciting to see all that changes happening. But COVID really changed and we pivot and we continue to pivot. It's really taught us how to pivot and how to make changes for the better of the community and for the better of the businesses. So it's been an exciting time. I thought COVID, when it was over, things will slow down. I think we tripled in size during COVID. Yeah. We have definitely grown so much in Oceanside. We have over 100 establishments now of restaurant or food serving businesses, and it keeps growing. We have at Taste of Oceanside, we have another 4 to 5 new businesses that are coming in live. And also I want to mention that, we have our first Michelin star restaurant in downtown Oceanside or in Oceanside period. It's called Valle and it's right adjacent to the pier. And that, again, it just speaks what Oceanside is going through and how growth is happening here.
Oh, that's wonderful. I didn't realize. Now I got a new place to go in downtown Oceanside. It's just the revitalization of it. It gives a good vibe, and I think people enjoy it, and a lot of more young people. I think I've seen a lot more, and even the events that have been happening down at the pier. There's a lot more surfing contests and many other things that draw people in, which I think is very good for a city and a community.
Yeah, and I gotta say the Sunset Market has a huge tie on revitalizing downtown Oceanside. The Sunset Market started about 17 years ago when you didn't see families and strollers coming to downtown. You start changing the paradigm shift here when you have a different, demographic coming to downtown, shopping and dining. And that's another thing that the Sunset Market has contributed to downtown is it has brought in a new sense of community because people love to visit and a place to go and feel safe. We also adopted a clean and safe program in downtown Oceanside. And that also is making, the community feel clean and safe as they're visiting and they want to come back. And so that's another thing that MainStreet Oceanside has been behind, and we see benefits of that because we see new businesses, new investors, and it's changing dramatically on how I can't even keep up with it.
Yeah.
And then there's more projects coming down the pipeline. There's the North County Transit District development that's coming in. That's going to change the whole perspective of how we get around the flow of downtown. And then we have other mixed use developments that are still coming down the pipeline. So Oceanside hasn't slowed down, and it won't slow down in the next 5-10 years that I see.
Well, you've been busy, and it shows, and it's really paying off. Now, another new factor coming to the city of Oceanside are the San Diego Sockers. They're building a stadium in Oceanside on the El Corazon site. Is that right?
That's correct.
So and then housing and other amenities are also going to be happening on that site, which is pretty much has been underutilized here lately. But so tell us about the San Diego Sockers. What's that going to do?
We're excited to have any professional sport in our area. Soccer connects to the community. be. Soccer really, it's embedded in our communities here. We have a huge Latino population in Oceanside, not just in Oceanside, but North County. I think it makes sense that they're up here. They're coming to the Front Wave Arena that's coming forward here. And I feel like this is going to connect us more with tourism. It's going to connect us with people coming from all over the country now, just because they're attracting more teams to come here. And this actually helps with economic development. You know, we have a lot of hotels in our downtown. They're going to stay there. They are visiting us, and they're champions. 18, 19 years in a row they've been champions. So it's bringing a good name to Oceanside, and I feel it's going to just bloom more as we continue to develop in that. So
do you have any idea when the first game might be played?
I don't know the first game.
Yeah.
I know I still see it's still being constructed right now, and I think they're planning to be complete next year. It could be that they'll be here next year and maybe in the fall. I don't know when the season starts.
Okay, you heard it from Gumaro.
Yeah.
It's going to be next fall.
So hurry up, Sockers. So hurry up.
That's very exciting for Oceanside. And so anything else? I know you want to tell the folks about MainStreet Oceanside, or what they could expect when they come downtown and visit, or if you had guests, where would you take them?
Man, I love Oceanside. You know, I've been in Oceanside for 10 years, and I have experienced the good, the bad, and the evil there. But if we bring Oceanside, people come walk. It's Park at Salt. It's a $5 all day parking, and walk around the core of the downtown. There's a lot of great restaurants out here, and it goes from low end to high end. We have Mexican restaurants called, Johnny Mañana's is a staple to downtown.
Oh yeah.
We have 333 Pacific, which is a steak and seafood restaurant.
I've been there.
We have Hello Betty, which is a fish restaurant. And then if you go more in the outskirts, we have great places for shopping. We have the Tremont Collective behind Bagby Beer Company. We have Miller's Table, which is a small little quaint, farm to table concept, good food. And then we have another one like, Pacific Coast Spirits that actually, distills distillery spirits there, but also has a great menu. We have the popular restaurant called Local Tap House, which is great eats down there. And also can't forget some of the oldies. We got Angelo's, we got Harbor House Cafe on the north side of downtown. And then in the center, more in the central of downtown Oceanside on Mission Avenue, we have Cumber Wines, we have Mission Avenue Bar and Grill. So there's just so many options and so many more coming. And so we have a dining guide. You can always visit MainStreetOceanside.com, and you can find a lot of new businesses there. We also have a map that you guys can come and take from the office.
And you got a transportation shuttle too that runs around through downtown Oceanside to the pier, and also to the harbor, right?
Correct. So thanks to Visit Oceanside and the City of Oceanside and Sandag, actually, they actually invested to produce Ghostside. And that's a $3 ride fare that you guys can take all over the coast of Oceanside, actually.
Okay. All right. So after you named all those restaurants, I have to put you on the spot. What's your favorite?
What's my favorite restaurant? I have a lot of favorites because it's just how you
sound like a politician now.
I know you guys are making me a politician. Thank you so much for that. My go-to restaurant, it has to be Curry and More.
Curry and More.
Curry and More.
Oh, Curry and More.
Indian restaurant.
Okay.
Opened 2 years ago or 3 years ago in downtown Oceanside. If you want comfort food, that's where you got to go.
Oh, okay.
So delicious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Well, hey, I want to say thank you very much for being and coming here today and telling people about Oceanside and how vibrant it is and what they can do and expect here. Lots of wonderful activities. And I always notice all the cars on the freeways heading down from San Diego, down the 5. It's like, come into Oceanside. You got it all right here. You don't have to drive the other 40 miles to get down to San Diego. There's a lot of opportunities and things to do here.
We're working on a branding system in downtown. We're working on a wayfinding system. We're hoping to attract more of those commuters on the 5 to get off on the 76 or get off on Mission Avenue and explore downtown before they go to San Diego. Or if they're not going to San Diego, come stay in Oceanside. There's a lot of hotel rooms here that they can stay, and it's exciting to see where we're going to in the future.
Well, Gumaro, thank you very much for being here and for letting us know all about the great things about the City of Oceanside and MainStreet Oceanside.
Thanks for having us.
All right. Welcome.
Appreciate it.
Well, folks, I just want to say thank you very much for joining us today. We had 2 great guests. We had Gumaro Escarcega and Donald Yasukochi from Oceanside. I just want to say thank you to them. And thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Anytime you have any questions about the county, or even if it's not even county questions, happy to help out. Contact my office. Phone number is up on the screen. Contact us anytime. What we try to pride ourselves on is Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, answering the phone. So appreciate you tuning in, and I'm here to serve. Thank you.